Hey y'all, this is Jessica with Bless Your Heart. Let's do a red and silver ombre tumbler today. I'm going to start with a prepped and sanded spray painted cup. It's a 20 ounce. I'm using a gloss red and a metallic silver, and I'm just spraying that on in short bursts until I like how it looks. For my glitter today, I'm going to use PDB Feisty and Glitter Heart Co. Hello Gorgeous. For my glitter adhesion today, I'm using the epoxy method. I have got about 2 milliliters of Flynn Sisters Supply Shop Fast Set on my tumbler. I'm going to start with my darkest glitter, and I'm going full coverage along the very bottom and that bottom edge. And I'm tilting my tumbler almost completely vertical, and I'm aiming my glitter at that bottom edge and letting it waterfall or cascade down the cup as far as it wants to go. For the silver, I'm going to do the exact same thing. We're going to go full coverage around that very top rim, and we're going to hold our cup almost completely vertical and let this silver cascade down the cup as far as it wants to go. It will naturally fall into the red, and that's what's going to give us the nicest blend that we can get. Once you're happy with how your blend looks, go ahead and let this layer of epoxy dry, and then get another layer of epoxy to get everything nice and smooth. And once we're nice and smooth, we're going to move on to our decals. For this cup, I had some Cardinals printed on UV DTF from a local supplier. I have cut out just the Cardinals, and I'm going to kind of place them on top of each other to make it look like it's one big piece of UV DTF. Once I'm happy with where I want these placed, I'm going to kind of anchor it down with a little piece of tape. With UV DTFs, once it's down, it's down. These are supposed to be a permanent thing. You do not have to epoxy over them, but I am going to epoxy over this one. So to get a UV DTF to lay flat on your cup, you want to kind of go in and do the hinge method like with everything else. We're going to lay that flat, and we're going to use our squeegee to burnish this onto the cup. You want to get this nice and adhered to that epoxied surface. And once we're done laying this one down and we've got the carrier sheet off, we're going to move on to the next bird. So I have come to realize in the last couple of cups using these UV DTFs that the more pressure I have at this stage when I'm putting it on the cup, the better that top carrier sheet releases and the less of the image that is left behind. For my second bird, I want to position them to where it looks like they are on the same branch. So I'm going to overlap my UV DTFs. When you overlap your images like this, you do need to be careful or mindful of how sticky that top carrier sheet is. It could pull that bottom image up, and if that happens, you just want to go in and kind of use your fingernail or the hard edge of your squeegee to kind of press that image down a little bit better, and that should release and you should be good to go. When I'm ready to place the second bird, I'm going to use that same little piece of tape, and I'm going to kind of just eyeball it to my liking. Now, when I get ready to press this one down, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to cut off a little piece of the under part, press that back down, and then I'm going to use my squeegee to press this entire image onto the cup, and I'm going to very carefully pull up that top carrier sheet to help make sure that I don't pull up any of that bottom image. Once we get that top carrier sheet off, we're going to check out our handiwork and we're going to move on to the next step. I'm going to go ahead and put my name on my cup before I do any more epoxy. So I just did a basic offset, and I'm going to use the parchment method to line them up as I always do. I'm going to take the top part of the decal, put that on my parchment paper with a little piece of the transfer tape hanging over as an anchor. I'm going to put that on top of my offset. I'm going to line them up. I'm going to slip the parchment paper out, and I'm going to end up with a nice lined up name. Y'all give me some ideas on what to start working on next. I have a couple that I've already finished, but I need some inspiration. Y'all give me some ideas in the comments below, and let's see what we can come up with together. When I have found out where I want to put my name, I'm going to place this down. I'm going to rub it on the cup really good, and then I'm going to epoxy the entire tumbler until smooth. And here we go. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me today. I hope to see you again soon. Bye.